Hello. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now. I was about to message because it looked like you were muted and um that your sound was off. But I can hear you now. We're good. I heard you that time. Did you stop talking or okay? Okay. I mean, there's not really much of an opening, right? How are you? It's a cold open, like frosty, like hot. Like half this episode, very frosty. Uh, uh right. Well, I don't think they're gonna be changing locations all the time, but anyways, how are you today? Well, I think it's because he's probably not a big enough character to drag a Kohai along with him. So that right. That being said, the whole time with, the Yakuza boss guy, I was like, "I don't think it's him, but man, he looks an awful lot like Kitayama." Um, I know I mean, I remember him, and I know that he was in stuff like Bakalea, but I haven't seen him enough to well, it's not like he played a particularly big role, but I haven't seen him enough to get that feeling, but to me, he looked a lot like Kitayama, and I was like, "I'm pretty sure it's not him," and it wasn't him. Um, it was someone named Suga Kenta, which I didn't know so we were in anything, but I think that's part of the reason it took me so long to finish compared to even though I think I started first because, I kept stopping going, "Who is this guy?" and trying to figure it out, and he wasn't listed on Asian Wiki, and he wasn't listed on IMDb, and so it took a minute. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I mostly okay, right. Um, well, I think the corner I talked about doing before didn't necessarily relate to a manga connected with the show, but yes, because no, I wanted to do W Juliet with you. Uh, I mean, at one point I was reading Wallflower, so maybe that's why, but I don't know. I keep jumping around and reading a lot of stuff, so but I haven't really reread Wallflower because I've been waiting to be like, "Okay, let's read it for this." Um, but so maybe not whenever we do this again, which apparently is gonna be a while, we can do that. But is there any we've been talking too much recently, so you may have already gotten it out of your system off the show, but is there any catch up cash in news that we need to go through? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. I assume so. You shared your screen with me in the past, but whether or not you can do it while you're streaming, I don't well, you've always shared it in the voice channel, so there's a share screen button. Hang on. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So the first one is that show drama then? Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So, like, my girl. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mhm. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. 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 I cannot I cannot hear the sound, and you stopped sharing your screen with me, so I can't see it either. Okay. Hang on. I have to click watch screen before I can see it, but I can see it now. Okay. I think play it. I think the sound should carry over, but we'll find out once you play it. Yeah, I can hear it. Okay, well, that got ridiculous real fast. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it makes you wonder how often this is a thing. They just start singing whatever. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. So it was he was singing the songs, like, on his YouTube channel? Ah, the pains of being a YouTuber. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Right. Uh-huh. Um, yeah, I mean, you would actually think that they would be a little bit more protected, which is so it's kind of a surprise, but amusing. Um, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, I think if especially if it was his songs or if it's automated and but he, like, agreed to the rights for the songs or whatever, then he should be able to be like, contest it and be like, "It's my song, so back off." But that being said, even without I mean, one of the interesting things can be who's claiming it, and I don't know, like, since, like I mean, he's been in the industry for a long time, obviously, but somewhat new to the YouTube game, and I don't really know how this looks like in Japan, but I know I've heard of YouTubers that aren't, like, mega stars or whatever, but do, like, write and do their own music and stuff, and that their own stuff has been copyrighted by just some random, like, made up companies or whatever on YouTube, and they're constantly having to fight to, like, have those things taken off. So, like, I mean, it could be, like, automatic from the label where they're not really paying attention to, like, this is who this is or whatever, it's just done automatically, but it's also possible, like, it could be, someone that doesn't have any rights to anything. You really have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. And but the problem is obviously that regardless, there's always the issue that if it gets taken down and if he's assuming he's making, ad revenue or whatever, if he gets that claim, it screws him over. Which is always something that I've always heard more professional YouTubers complain about with false copyright claims or whatever. So uh-huh. 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 Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. I didn't know he had to learn Japanese. You ended it and you didn't. Oh, so it was just a picture, right? Okay. Just so you know, you still keep ending the streams. Okay. 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 I was just letting you know. Are we? Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Always a fun one. So what show is this again? Okay. Well, I would imagine it would have to be on Fuji. Well, I guess Fuji's like, "Well, we have these sets, so." Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't really think the rest of his face looks like he's crying, but yeah, I guess you would bring your hand up like that if you were crying. He does just look tired to me, though. Okay. I forgot about doing that, but I mean, I can pick another one. I thought you picked Criminal Minds though, but I forgot. Oh, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I have enough. I don't think I know enough people to do it easily off the top of my head. Um, uh, okay, so I mean, I guess who would you want to do first? And would you cast Gideon or Rossi or both? Your thing keeps lighting up, but oh, hang on. My headphones came out. I kept dang it. Okay. Well, my headphones came out, so I have no idea what you said. Uh-huh. No, I was gonna say what I meant was I saw your name blinking, so I knew you were talking, but, um, I yeah, right. I don't think you can really cast this based off of, like, looks or, uh, hmm, the one from Frieder? Mm, Mhm. Nakai? Okay. So Kimitaku takes Nakai's place. I mean, I guess that would work. Yeah, yeah. No. I was just thinking, and I don't know why. I was just thinking, that this person, I'm sending you the Asian link now, from like Bloody Monday, and he was in some other stuff, that we saw. Matsushige Itsuka. I feel like he could be Hotch, or a Japanese version of Hotch. Uh, I've already got him pulled up. Uh, so far though, I don't see anything that I think I've seen. Oh, he was in Strawberry Night. Who was he in Strawberry Night? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Um, I mean, it's just fine with me. Um, think- uh-huh. Mhm. Would you be looking at just like the same general like um well I was gonna go, would you still be looking at like what was it? Would you two guys, two girls plus the tech Penelope separately in the tech room? Or I want to know what the non-serious flirting would look like in a Japanese version of the show. Uh, okay. Well, out of the 2 guys, I know you said you were just thinking about putting them as a team and not specific things, but I would be curious if you had to choose between Takeru and Maki, who and for, people, other than us, um, when we say Maki, it's just us being lazy with Mac and you. Uh That's usually just between the 2 of us. I would try to say the right thing, but I wasn't really I think we weren't really thinking about it, so sorry, Mac and you, for being lazy. But between the 2 of them, who do you think would be better as the, nerdy Reed, and who would be better as, Morgan? Yeah, right. They Mhm. Okay, okay. It's been a long time since I've seen Mr. Prince, so I don't really remember. Uh, I do understand your it's hard for me to picture Takeru as the little brother in their relationship, but I do understand your reasoning. Mhm. I haven't really seen them interact from Kenshin, so because I haven't even yeah, I haven't watched those movies yet either, I still need to watch those too. I'm such a terrible fan. Well, if you got that impatient, since I am less eager to watch it than I was with Kenshin, I've just been weirdly lazy with Kenshin. But did you go back and watch the other Fullmetal Alchemist movies? Okay. Because if I was gonna watch one of them, I would have watched Kenshin first because, I mean, I have to go back and see if it still bothers me now that I haven't, like, just reread the manga, but I remember the first one the characters were great. The characters were almost spot on, but, like, plot-wise, I just remember feeling like it was a mess, so I wasn't feeling particularly motivated to watch the other ones when they came out. Um, but I guess I if you watch it, I just need to know one thing, and that will be enough to get me to watch it. There needs to be a short rant that they cast Yamada that gets annoyed and pouty when someone calls him short, which he is, and that they cast him as Ed, and Ed has his short rants, and there's no short rant was a crime. So if they if they resolved it in one of the other 2, I might have to watch that one just for the short rant. But because I don't how do you not do that? It takes, like, 2 seconds. I yeah, anyways. You can't do it! It's such an important part of Ed's character. I wanna see Yamana freak out like Ed over being short. It would be the most hilarious thing. Um, because that was the one thing I was looking forward to with that casting. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be beautiful." Um, okay, was there anything else? Because I don't really know what there is to talk about with our main thing. Like, I watched the drama. Um, uh I mean, I thought that the demon guy just looked like he came out of a video game, which was sort of weird. Which was also, I think, funnily enough, since we were just talking about Fullmetal Alchemist, I think one of my complaints with the movie was that uh, it didn't. It looked like it was a video game character in the space instead of being an actual object in the space, which kind of bothered me. Um, but I mean, I guess I'm interested to know what happened to his dad. Death games are not uncommon, especially during a certain period, I feel like, of manga. Uh, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was practically early on death games. But just, first off, some of the more, like, non-card related chapters earlier on just didn't make it to the main anime that got translated over here. But also even with my understanding, and I have to go back because I think I have some of the fan sub version of the DVD, so I'd have to go back and check. But my understanding was like that it was I think I had heard the whole Shadow Realm thing was made up so that they wouldn't have to deal with death for the American audience. um or it was, or I could be wrong. It could have been made up like for the anime because when you look at some of the anime to or manga to anime, sometimes there are things that are toned down. So it could have also been in the original anime, but maybe not the manga. I never got that far in the manga to know for sure either. But like early on in the manga, like some guy gets set on fire over a quote unquote game. Like it's just so and then of course, there I'm not sure where it was timeline when these things were released, but like Borderlands, similar death game thing. And then, um so I mean like these things have been around for a while. It's just like, oh, okay, well we're in this like meta, I guess. It's fine. Um and So yeah, I mean, I guess other than wanting to know what happened to his dad, I don't really have any strong feelings other than like, okay, this is the thing that's gonna make people maybe die, but our hero has to win at least until the last episode, so that kind of takes out. Well, I kind of saw that coming though. I kind of that the demon guy didn't. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what happened to him, so I know he disappeared, but I didn't realize that he took him somewhere or left him. Um, I don't know. Like, because the guy that he was battling against Morocco or whatever his name was. Like, he took them to, like, the Arctic or Antarctic or something like that. But, which is why, um well, that and it's why the bomb wasn't underneath them, it's why he was wrong about the number of convenience stores and why it was cold. Um, but yeah, I mean, the one guy as far as I could tell, the one guy just disappeared, so I am kinda curious about if he's gonna show up again or whatever. I kind of thought it was gonna be I guess I was a little surprised about, "Oh, you can die in 200 years." I thought it was gonna be a little bit more like, "Well, your life's not mine now, so you're gonna owe me your life, and you're gonna have to help me out," and, yeah, that kinda thing, but, um I still wouldn't say I was too overly surprised. Uh, well, I mean, I assume that part of it's just him disappearing, and probably being out of contact forever. Um, yeah, I did kind of wonder if maybe, if you think of the 3 of them as friends and there's sometimes that love triangle or whatever, I wonder if he likes the girl and the girl always liked the main character, so that could be why he's being a little salty. I also thought that maybe he was hoping that he would come back and take over, like, because he obviously doesn't know what went down between the kid and the company, which didn't make sense to me either. Like, how is there not somebody there? Well, no, I was gonna say, how is there not somebody there that was, more properly advising the main character as a child instead of him just being able to sign, all of that away? Like, that doesn't feel right to me. Like, but, uh well, I mean, there should have I feel like there should have been somebody with the fiduciary, I'm probably saying that word, but, like, the financial right, the financial duty to the main guy, not to the company that would have been in his corner. I feel like that should have existed, that he shouldn't have been able to sign everything away in the way that he did, especially given his age. But you have to make the story somehow, I guess, whatever. But what I was gonna say was I think that Jury's character maybe was hoping to get funding from him. And so when he realized he couldn't get any money, like, not to say it's like a greedy thing or whatever, like he's concerned about, like, he's stressed over getting money for their company or whatever, but I think that maybe he ended up a little bit salty about that. And it could have been, a combination of things. So I guess we'll see. Um the AI is the AI is cute. Um there were on the Asian wiki, there were 3 things that were cast as voice only, so I assume we've seen 2 of them, I assume we're getting a 3rd one somewhere, sometime. Um, I mean, I do like the guy that was helping him. Oh, and I was like, as soon as he walked in, to the business, I was like, "Oh my gosh, are we doing this? I have been away since I was a child, but I own this business," sort of thing. It's my name on the wall. Because we saw I mean, yeah. Iron Fist, I never watched the movie, but you saw it in the previews for it. The last Tomb Raider movie did that, and now we have it here. I mean, I guess it's like 3 things, it's not that big, but it feels cliche now to me for some reason. It's like, "Oh my gosh, this is where we're going again." Of course. I I mean, it wasn't as dramatic, I guess, like, there was no fighting over, "Let me in, this is my company, my name's on the wall," or whatever, but okay. Mhm. Oh. Well, I mean, I guess the only thing would be, do we wanna keep doing 1 episode at a time, or is there little enough to talk about you wanna do, like, 2 episodes or something? Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, someone's not gonna be around, so, I mean, I guess at least there's not that it really matters. Uh, okay, well, yeah. Alright, not that it really matters.